Hi everybody, Matthew Turnage here. Well, we've had the official announcement of the Let It Be 50th Anniversary Super Deluxe Edition, so I thought I'd do a video talking about what's in the set and comparing it to what I talked about last week in my video about what I expected and what I hoped for. See how I did. So we'll go through the new set. What we've got, CD 1 is Let It Be, the new 2020 Giles Martin remix as expected, and it's supposed to follow the reproduced by Phil Spector version that was originally released as a template. So I think that's a good thing. I think it should be along the lines of the original one and not just a completely despectorized version as some people thought we might get. So I think that was a good choice. CDs 2 and 3 are going to be the 2 discs of rehearsals and alternate takes, which was also, I expected that we would have 2 discs based on what we got with Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road. Of course, the White Album had 3 discs, but being a double album, you would have expected a bit more. So we've got some interesting stuff on there. CD2 and CD3 both include some speech tracks, which I've seen some early comments that some people don't like those. I always like those. I think it fits in with some of the dialogue that we have in between tracks on the original album, and I like that on Anthology when they would include little speech tracks, throughout the 3 albums there. So that looks really good. We've got several alternate takes of songs. We've also got the first rooftop performance of Don't Let Me Down complete, which would be nice to have. I wish we could have gotten the entire rooftop concert. That would have been great on CD 5, which I'll get to in a minute. But I have seen suggestions that was in the original plan, that full concert would be included, and then that got changed at some point during the pandemic. They reconfigured the set, and I'm guessing that the reason for that was Peter Jackson's Get Back documentary being expanded from a 2-hour cinema release to a 6-hour home streaming release, and including the full rooftop concert. I'm assuming that was part of the decision making. Hopefully we will get the full rooftop concert on an official release at some point. I'd love to have it. I think we've got across various discs now, we've got most of the songs, but still it would be nice to have it all together. Maybe someday. CD3, and that one's going to be an interesting one. There's several tracks in mono in here, which I'm assuming means taken from the Nagra tapes at Twickenham during the rehearsals there, since they didn't have the full multi-track thing. I'm assuming anything that's mono, that's a song, is from the Nagra reels. Anything that's in stereo is going to be from Apple Studios. But we've got some solo songs, rehearsals that were done at Twickenham. We've got All Things Must Pass. We've got Give Me Some Truth. We've got some Abbey Road songs. We've got She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, Polythene Pam, Octopus's Garden, Oh Darling, and that was not listed as a mono, so I'm assuming that's from Apple Studios. We've got Something, and we've got Without a Song, a jam by Billy Preston with John and Ringo, so that'll be really cool too. So I like this things that they've put on these 2 discs. I know some people who have been heavy into the bootlegs from these sessions are a little disappointed, but I think anybody who knows that much about it is probably going to be disappointed no matter what's included. I never really dived too heavily into the bootlegs. I've heard some stuff, but I'm pretty satisfied with what they went on these 2 discs. I think it'll be an interesting listening experience. CD4, again, as I mentioned in my first video and expected, we are getting the 1969 Glenn Johns mix of Get Back, and in the packaging it's cool that they're including it with its originally proposed artwork, which is to show you here from this book. That's what it was going to look like there. So that'll be in there. On the vinyl set, it'll be actually housed in a record sleeve that'll have that artwork. And it looks like the CDs, each CD is going to be in a little cardboard sleeve, just like the previous ones were. That'll be in pockets in part of the packaging. and so they'll have that artwork on the CD as well. So that'll be really cool. Of course, Glenn Johns did two versions. He did the 1969 version, which is what we're getting. For the 1970, his second attempt, a couple songs came off and a couple were added because they were going to be in the movie, and those two songs, Across the Universe and I Mean Mine, that were on his 1970 version that were not on the 69, they're going to be on CD5, which is called the Let It Be EP. We get Glenn Johns' 1970 mix of those two tracks. So if you wanted to, with those two CDs, you could put together your own Glenn Johns' 1970 mix. But I think the 69 mix or the 69 version as the full CD release, I think was the right way to go. And that brings us to CD5. Now I was expecting 4 discs. We're getting 5. So on the one hand, hey, that's a bonus. But on the other hand, we're only getting 4 tracks on this CD5, which is called the Let It Be EP. And it seems almost a waste. From the standpoint of wanting to have things a theme to each disc, it makes sense. As I mentioned, 2 of the tracks are those Glenn Johns 1970 mixes. So if you want the CD4 to stand alone as being, this is Glenn Johns 1969 version, if it had been released, then I can understand not putting them on that disc. The other 2 songs are Don't Let Me Down and Let It Be, which were released, the single version of Let It Be. And these are new mixes of both of those. So I don't know why we're not getting a new mix of Get Back's single version, which would also, been a non-album, or not on the original Let It Be album. It's a different version, but whatever. The thing about this EP with 4 songs, it just seems odd to have a CD that short and a set like this. I guess you just have to look at it completely as a bonus. I don't think it really, I'm going to talk about the pricing in a second. I don't think it makes a big difference in how they've priced this. But I think the material on there is interesting. I just wish, we could have had those 4 songs plus the rooftop concert. That would have been a great CD5. But I'm not going to complain too much about it. It does feel a little odd to have such a short disc in this set. Blu-ray is going to be just the 5.1 audio of the remixed album. I had said in my speculation video that I would love to have had some additional stuff, like on the Plastic Ono Band box set, how we had all those Yoko Ono Plastic Ono Band jam songs and the Yoko's B-sides to John's singles, were all included on the Blu-ray audio, but not on the CD. So you got additional audio content on the Blu-rays, and I was thinking, well, this would be the one Beatles album where that could really make a lot of sense. You could include a lot more extra jams and dialogue and things like that. I didn't really expect that. I kind of hoped maybe they would do it, but they're not doing it, so I'm not surprised, and I can't really say I'm disappointed because I never really expected it, but it was, sort of a pipe dream, I guess, but we're not getting that. It's just going to be similar to what we've gotten before on the Blu-rays and the Beatles sets, and that's fine. The other thing we're getting is in the package is a hardcover book. Now, I did say I kind of hope we would get some other little knickknacks like we did with the White Album, and especially Sgt. Pepper. Doesn't look like there's anything like that, but it's a 105 page hardbound book in a slipcase. So it's going to be, I think that book's a little bit shorter than any of the other ones we've gotten, but we are getting the Get Back book, so that'll kind of, so you get plenty of book content if you're willing to pay the extra for the other book, which I think most of us Beatles fans will. But a nice hardcover book in a slipcase. The packaging looks like it's going to be similar to some of Paul's archives, like if you think about Flowers in the Dirt, Tug of War, Pipes of Peace, those archives, Red Rose Speedway. slipcase with where the books and the discs come out, and it looks like the discs may also be housed in a kind of a folder thing. There's the picture has the hardcover book opened up, and we see that, and then we see another piece that's part of the package that I'm guessing is going to be like a folder like you get in those Paul McCartney archives. It'll have the pockets with each of the 6 discs that are included, the 5 CDs and the Blu-ray. So it's a nice looking package. Retail price is $140. You know, of course, I'm sure there'll be discounted versions or discounts available with various retailers as we go on. So pricing, we are in the same range as Plastic Ono Band and All Things Must Pass. And comparing it especially to All Things Must Pass, because I know I was one of the ones that had a real problem with the price of that. You did get more music on All Things Must Pass than you got on here, because they're both 5 CDs and a Blu-ray, but again, we've got that really short Let It Be EP here, whereas we got 5, full length, not full to the brim, but 40 plus minutes at least on each CD. So certainly more music on the All Things Must Pass, and that's most with these sets. I love everything that comes in the set, but obviously what I'm going to spend the most time with is the music. So so that is a point in All Things Must Pass's favor. It's still less than what we got on Plastic Ono Band, with 6 CDs and 2 Blu-rays, and like I said, all that additional Blu-ray exclusive content. But again, comparing the Let It Be to the just released All Things Must Pass, again, you get that 105-page hardcover book, whereas the All Things Must Pass had about a 60-page little softcover pamphlet, as Matthew Street called it. And I really feel like, even though we're getting less on the music, I really feel like the value for money is more there with the hardcover book. Now, these hardcover books on these sets, I really only read them all the way through once. I will pull them out sometimes and flip through and look at the pictures and maybe look up some notes on the tracks and that sort of thing. I don't spend a lot of time with them, but I feel like having a hardcover book, that helps justify the price in my mind psychologically. Even though I'm getting a little less music than I got on All Things Must Pass, I feel a little better about the price, knowing it's going to be in this nice big slipcase with a hardcover book in addition to the music. So so that's my thoughts. I don't think either the Beatles or the other solo Beatles are ever going to top the Lennon Camp on value for money on these sets. But I feel like the Beatles are giving us a good value on this, and consistent with Paul, like we get a good value. So I feel like I feel pretty happy about pre-ordering it at the price it has. Hopefully be able to get some discounts before it comes out, and I'm really looking forward to enjoying it when it gets here on October 15th. Hopefully I'll be able to do an unboxing video then. But let me know in the comments what you think about this release. Is it what you expected, not what you expected? Are you happy about the value for money? I feel like that's a big conversation this year with the Beatles and solo Beatles Deluxe releases. Let me know how you feel about that. And thanks for watching.